Art Journal Tutorial, Try It Tuesday Response, number 2, by CreativeKady. Post your results on all things mixed media, CreativeKady. So the prompts are: use Liquitex acrylics, use scraps, doodle some borders, start with an inspirational quote, leave some white space, and outline something. So I found a quote about circles. So I cut out from my various scraps my tissue paper and my paper towels that were full colored with leftover paint. So since I'm not a doodler, I'm kind of cheating here, but I'm doodling the border around there. And I want to make sure that I stay inside this border. So I have all these multi-size circles cut out, and I am just going to Mod Podge underneath them and over them and layer this all over the page, staying within the doodled border. Some of this is my jelly print, some of this is, just comes from my stash that I have all stored in my big blue box storage system. And you can check out the video for that. If you have a punch, you can punch out the circles, whatever. The circles go with the quote, and you'll see the quote later on. Now, with all the challenges, you can add whatever else you want as long as you meet the prompts. So I'm drawing this, and I'm getting out my Liquitex Basics, my black acrylic paint, and I'm going to use a makeup sponge, and I am just going to sponge through the stencil. This has lots of circles that go round and round, and it's a play on my circle theme. I'm really liking how this is showing up, that pop of black with the very colored circles. So you got layer upon layer of circles. When I dip into the Liquitex Basic, I'm kind of stamping off to the side in the same dish so that the sponge isn't too wet. And I'm not pressing right down because I don't want it to spread underneath the stencil. Just adding a little bit here and there. Now I need to get the edge. And I kind of made a bit of a mistake in the end here, but it's nothing that I wasn't able to fix. So you get the circle upon circle for a very simple but very effective page. Giving this a quick dry. Now I'm taking my Posca paint pen. I think this is extra fine, and I'm just going over the traced borders that I used that went with the stencil. And I do more doodling to this with my Posca black and my Posca white pen. So there's my quote. Life is a circle. The end of one journey is the beginning of the next. A lot of my inspirational quotes are going to be around what's going on for me this year, with lots of change and big decisions and big changes going on. So I'm just kind of making a double border here And there's the little bit of white in and amongst the circles, in and amongst the black paint, and around the border. I decide to color in where the thing is, put little diamonds in there. And I'm just thickening up the outside edge, just making a little bit bolder because I want it to frame the colored circles and the outside, enhance the white space that I have. The Posca paint pens, for anybody who's interested, I got them because some of the paint pens that I had purchased before really smell, and I'm really bothered by those kind of things, and the Posca pens don't smell at all. So there I'm doing a little bit more doodling. I'm adding black dots, and then I'm covering it up with the white dot of the Posca pen. And I cut out the quote after deciding between sizes, and I'm outlining the quote with my black Posca pen because I realized that was one part of the prompts, that challenge that I hadn't done quite yet. And this just makes it stand out. I was debating whether I should color the quote or not, and I'm glad I left it white because there's a lot of color there. Just finishing up, adding the dots. In the midst of the white, which again, as I look at it now, I'm really quite happy with. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you try it Tuesday number 2 a chance. Be sure to post it on All Things Mixed Media, CreativeKady, on the Facebook group.